Time moves quiet on a ranch. The seasons pass, the storms fade. But love, real love, it just learns new ways to stay. It feels like a lifetime ago that I stumbled onto this land. A runaway from a past that felt more like a ghost than a memory. Back then, this place was just a patch of Texas dirt and a man with a heavy heart. Now it's home. The fences have seen fresh paint, and the horses still greet the morning with the same familiar nicker. But everything feels different, fuller. The quiet isn't lonely anymore. It's peaceful. I remember thinking I was just passing through, another stop on a road to nowhere. But life had other plans. It gave me him. And in doing so, it gave me everything. Breakfast's ready, y'all. Get in before it gets cold. I walk into the kitchen, and the sound of laughter fills the air. The table is crowded, just like James always wanted. The children I once saw as a reflection of his past are all grown now. One of them even has a baby of her own, giggling in her high chair. It's a beautiful chaos, a symphony of a life we built together. Guess you were right. We got more than enough family for both. He looks at me, his eyes crinkling at the corners, in that way I love. Told you, darling. Love multiplies even when life don't. He was right. We started with 2 broken pieces. And somehow, we ended up with this whole, beautiful puzzle. Every laugh, every shared meal, every morning, waking up to the Texas sun. It's all a testament to the fact that love doesn't just fill the empty spaces. It creates new ones, bigger and brighter than you ever imagined. Later that evening, we find ourselves on the porch swing. A ritual as old as our love story. The sun is painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. A masterpiece that never gets old. The world feels still, just for us. You ever think about what life would have been if we hadn't found each other? He's quiet for a moment, his hand finding mine. Yeah, I'd probably still be fixin' fences and pretendin' I ain't lonely. I lean my head on his shoulder, a small smile playing on my lips, and I'd still be running from every place that felt like home. We don't need to say anything more. The comfortable silence says it all. We were 2 lost souls who found their way by finding each other. This porch, this sunset, this feeling of being completely and utterly known. This is what home feels like. As the last light of day fades, I remember something I found earlier, tucked away in an old box in the barn. I hand him a weathered envelope. Found this in the barn. It's your handwriting. He takes it, his brow furrowed in confusion. He carefully opens the brittle paper. The date on it sends a shiver down my spine. It was written just a week before I arrived all those years ago. He begins to read the words he wrote to a universe he could only hope was listening. If I ever find someone who loves me more than my past, I'll never let her go. He looks up from the paper, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. He's speechless, but his gaze says everything. I wrote that the week before you showed up. The tears I've been holding back finally fall. Guess life knew what it was doing. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't luck. It was destiny, written in a dusty barn, and sealed with a prayer he didn't even know I was the answer to. The golden hour gives way to the deep blue of twilight. A gentle breeze whispers through the fields. He looks out at the horizon, his expression thoughtful. I ain't as strong as I used to be. I place my hand on his chest, right over his heart. It's beating steadily, a rhythm I know as well as my own. You're strong where it matters. Here. A faint smile touches his lips. He looks at me, his gaze serious, but full of love. Promise me something. When I'm gone, don't stop living. I shake my head, my throat tightening. Don't you talk like that. Ain't talking sad, just truth. And he's right. Time is a gift, but it's not an infinite one. And all we can do is cherish each moment we're given. even the ones where we have to talk about the goodbyes. Later that night, the house is quiet. The only light comes from a single candle, flickering on the table. James is sitting in his old armchair, a warm blanket wrapped around his shoulders. I bring him a cup of tea, and he looks up at me, his eyes soft and full of a lifetime of love. You gave me love that never asked for more. That's something a man remembers when the world gets quiet. My own eyes fill with tears, and I kneel beside his chair. And you gave me a life I thought I'd never deserve. He reaches for my hand, his grip still firm, still reassuring. He holds it tight, a silent promise passing between us. Then we both got what we needed. In that quiet moment, with just the candle and the stars outside, I knew this wasn't an ending. It was a completion, a perfect circle of giving and receiving, of healing and being healed. The next morning, sunlight streams through the window. I wake slowly, a strange stillness in the air. I turn my head, and his chair is empty. His old worn hat is resting on the seat, a silent farewell. I stand there for a long time, my eyes full, but my heart calm. He left before the rooster crowed, like he always said he would, riding toward the kind of peace only heaven can offer. I step outside, and the ranch is glowing in the first light of a new day. The world keeps turning, just as he promised it would. Years go by in the blink of an eye. Life on the ranch continues. I see his legacy everywhere. In the laughter of the children I teach at the small school we built, in the gentle sway of the empty porch swing, in the framed photo of us that sits by the window, catching the afternoon sun. He said, "Love don't die, it just changes shape, from touch to memory, from silence to strength." He taught me that grief isn't the absence of love, but the proof that it was real. And our love was the realest thing I've ever known. Now, I'm the one with gray in my hair, walking through the pasture at sunset. The sky is a familiar, breathtaking gold. I stop and look out toward the horizon, right where he used to look. And for a fleeting moment, I swear I can hear it, a faint echo of his laughter, carried on the Texas wind. A smile touches my lips, warm and genuine. You were right, Cowboy. Love really does last forever. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that celebrates the power of love. We'll see you in the next one.